So, good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So, for today's session, that is mass email automation. I'm not having any PPT. We'll directly go with the demonstration only. So, just confirm me. Now, I'm going to share my screen. So, whether my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So, firstly, we will start with the I know till now the Excel automation, all these things have been covered because in the today's session we will use the Excel automation to link like to send the mails and all. So, just start with our first mail. So, so yeah, if in advertise, if you search for the mail, you will get the send SMTP mail messages if you want to send a mail to the Gmail or any other account by using through mail through Gmail. If you want to send mails to any other person, then you can go for the send SMTP mail messages. This protocol that suggests this is to send SMTP mail messages. So here this it can be only the mails. Okay, you cannot send to you cannot use this particular access from your Gmail inbox or somewhere. Okay, so here we have the send SMTP mail message. The SMTP is the protocol, that is simple mail transfer protocol we use to send the mails. And here the you can send the mails to the Outlook also. You can see here this IMAP is also there. The IMAP is to receive the mail. As I have already told you, like if you want to send the mail through your Gmail, then you can use the send SMTP mail message protocol and send the mail message. If you want to play with the mail, you can go for okay. So now talking about Outlook, you can also if your Outlook then you can here XR is related to the Outlook mail. It acts in the similar way as the send SMTP mail message protocol act. Okay. So I'm going to use the because I'm not having Outlook account, so I'll use the Gmail only. So before starting, I want to tell you one more thing. Like if you want to use this Gmail automation, so you have to remove some securities from your Gmail. Then only you can fetch the like here you have to come to your you have to come to your Gmail and firstly remove the just a minute, just give me 2 minutes, I'll tell you. So firstly here go to the settings, see all settings,
Excuse me, ma'am.
and here
Ma'am,
you
we can
have to
see,
come to the
ma'am, we can
uh,
see only the screen which is loading, ma'am, for so long time.
you are not able to see my this Gmail screen.
No, ma'am, no. Now only it has come. Okay, ma'am. Now we can
Okay,
able to
okay,
see.
okay. So here you have to change the first setting, like here forwarding and pop IMAP. Here you have to make enable this. IMAP is enabled. Make this change your Gmail setting, enable IMAP. Next you have to change is go to your manage your Google account and go to the security section. The first setting I was talking about, like you have to go to the settings, and from here go to the forwarding and pop IMAP and just make this IMAP access enable. Okay, because I have already told you that if you want to fetch or you want to fetch the mails or retrieve that mails from your Gmail inbox, then it needs to be enabled. Okay, and the next setting you need to change. Go to the securities. And here you have to remove the two-step verification. Like you can see in my case, I have turned off this two-step verification. So you need to turn off this and allow the less secure app also. Yeah, here less secure app access, you need to allow this. So these changes you have to make in your Gmail account. Now let's come back to this UiPath. Now, firstly, here we use the send SMTP mail message activity and see that how it works. So here, now I have taken this activity and here website to whom you want to send the mail. You need to write the subject and the body part. Come to the right side, means here in the properties panel, what you need to provide. Firstly, come to this email. Here you can see the body and subject. You can write it here also, or you can directly write it here. Okay, now you have to provide the host. Come to the host, and here you have to provide the port and the server. So port number here is 465. For SMTP protocol, it is fixed. Like you have to write the port number as 465. And the server you need to write as server is smtp.gmail.com. Okay. So smtp.gmail.com. So here nowhere is at the rates. Means everywhere I have written this smtp.gmail.com. So this server you need to provide. Now after that you need to provide the login credential. Login credential of what? Login credential of that particular Gmail account from where you want to send the mails. Okay, so as I want to send the mails through my Gmail account, so
The slide is not moving.
so slide is no my screen is not visible to you.
Yeah, it looks like static.
What about others?
It's in the same settings page,
Uh,
ma'am. Gmail settings.
Oh, why
Yes,
so?
now we can. Now we are in that
yeah.
Why
welcome
is
screen.
this? Let me check that issue.
Yeah, now it's moving. That we are seeing UiPath Studio.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
don't know
now
why
it's
this.
now we are seeing
Okay,
Explorer Gmail.
okay. So I think I should turn off this sharing once and then again I'll share. Maybe some problem is there. I think so.
Okay.
I stopped sharing now and now I'm going to share it again. So now are you able to see my this UiPath screen?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So here I have taken this send SMTP mail message activities to send our first mail. Okay. So here what I was talking about, like here you can put the credential like to subject and the body part. Come to the properties of this send SMTP mail message activity. So here you have to put some credential like the host. Now you in the host part you need to provide the port and the server. So port number for the send SMTP mail message protocol or the SMTP protocol is 465 that we have to use, and the server is smtp.gmail.com. Here I have written this smtp.gmail.com. So these are the credentials you need to provide here in the host section. Now come to the login part. Login means like from which mail you want to send the mails. So as I want to send the mail through my account, so I'll write my credential. So that is my email ID. So this is my email ID which I provided. Now here I need to write the password so that it can log in, means UI, through UiPath we can log into my account. So if I write password like here directly, so everyone can see my password. So here we have one activity that we can use, like get password activity.
Ma'am, again the page is static, it's not moving, ma'am. It's still in.
I still need show or something. Now, are you able to see the get password and both the activities? I added one more activity, that is get password activity
No,
here,
no, ma'am. Still in send SMTP
or
mail
it is
message.
static. Okay, so give me, I think, 2 minutes so that I can use it with another network. I think there may
Sure,
be
ma'am.
another network issue. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Is it visible now?
We can see that UiPath Studio, ma'am. The same page.
Yeah, in UiPath Studio, are you able to see the two activities I have added? One get password activity and send STP message activity.
Yes, ma'am. But only get password and SMTP, there is no two subject. It's empty.
Yeah, that I have. No. I have
Okay.
not written
Okay,
anything
ma'am.
there.
Okay. We can see.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. So now here at for activity, see now I'm entering my password and it is coming in the form of the asterisk. Okay. And now if you need to store this uh, somewhere in any variable. So now I'm going to create one variable, that is pw. This password variable I created. This pw only. Okay, so it already exists. Now what we can do here, the send SMTP mail message activity again come to this particular login credential, and because I need to provide my password which I stored in this pw variable. So I'll write this here. Now to whom I want to send the mail. Okay, so here you need to write the two parts. Suppose I'll send mail to myself only. So here I'll write my email ID. So this my email ID I provided here. Okay, and here I'll write the subject as demo, and inside the body part I'll write this is our first mail, first mail from UiPath or through UiPath. So this is the subject I entered, means all the credential I entered here, to whom I want to send the mail, subject, and the body part. Now I'm going to debug this particular activity. So mail execution started. I need to check there is some issue like username and password not accepted. Again, I'm going to add all the activities. Now I'm going to write a small body part, that is first mail. From UiPath, and here I provide the port number, that is 465, and the server is smtp dot gmail.com. Let's try debugging it again. Who is trying along with me? Same activity. I don't know what is the issue coming here. I have not changed my password also, even though facing such type of issue. Because everything is based on this SMTP mail message activity. All the activities are related to only this particular activity. If this will not work, all the other activities we cannot perform. So this activity must run. It will not work. I have one more option. Actually, I'm opening the projects which I earlier created just to check whether this is working or not, because the process is same, but I don't know what is the issue. Same issue facing here also. So actually, I don't know whatever be the issue. It's not working, but I'll take the session. Like whatever we have learned earlier, I know that how to create the activities. You can try it by your own self. All the activities will work, but I mean, understand that why there is type of issue. So this was the activity. Like if you want to send the mail to yourself, or then you can go for the get password. Firstly, you have to take the get password activity. Here you have to write the password. Okay, and here you have to write the password. There's one more option you can see here in the get password activity. Like if you take here in the private, like I have done here. So what will happen, the data means the password I'm entering here, it will not get stored anywhere in the UiPath cloud. Okay, so if you will untick, then it will get stored, and if you will tick that this data is private, so it will not get stored somewhere in the UiPath cloud. So after that, you have to take the send smtp mail message activity, and here you need to provide the credential required, like to whom you want to send the mail, the subject, body part. Okay, so and the host is 465, and the server is the smtp.gmail.com, and the login credential through which Gmail you want to send the mails. Okay, so this is the first activity. Now the second activity I was I'm going to cover is like if you want to send the mails to the multiple peoples, okay, through the same link, then what you can do, the here the option is like you can provide the, like here I have written the first mail, and in between this mail you need to provide the semicolon, then write the another mail. And it's not necessary that the mail you are entering here it should be Gmail only. It can be any mail, like the gov mail or whatever means mail, yahoo.com, or any mail through which platform you want to send the mail. So you can write the mails here. So the same mail will be sent to the multiple peoples. Okay, and after that, suppose this is the this was a manual process, like here you have written everything. Now I want to take the data from the Excel sheet. So I hope that this one will be clear to everyone. Now after this, so now we will take this particular activity. Here what I am saying, suppose right now I am writing all the credential, like through which mail or to which mail, what will be the subject. So I am writing there. But such type of Excel file I can create, and I can change that, modify the data from here. Like suppose you created this particular workflow for some company or someone to you want to hand over, so that person are unable to identify the places like where to change the things there, so that it can work for, because the same person will not be there for the same post, or the means maybe the person resign or join somewhere else. So in that case, that if that particular person want to change the email ID here, and means he will not be able to identify the places that where to write these mails. So this can be done through the you can take the data from the Excel sheet. Like here I have taken created an Excel sheet with the name master, and here I have written name and value, two fields I have written. But before going to this session, we before going for the means fetching the data from this particular Excel sheet, we need to understand one more activity, that is the like how to add the data in a dictionary. So there is dictionary in the UI part. So what is dictionary basically? So as we know that dictionary means like it contains the key and values, or it is a collection of, it is a collection of data, it is a collection of key and values. Suppose like in a manual dictionary with what we are having, if we want to search for the meaning of the apple, so what we apple, so apple will act as a key for me, and the value, the definition of the apple, that is if it is a fruit, and whatever definition is given in the dictionary will act as a value for me. So here how can we add a dictionary? So that we'll see. Let's hope that will work. How to create a dictionary. So suppose here I'll take one flow chart, and whenever you want, like if I search for the activities dictionary activity here, so you can see I am unable to find any results or any package related to the. So to install the package, you have to go to the menu tab here, search for, just search for the Microsoft dot activities dot extensions. And go to the all packages. Here you can see, firstly you have to go to the all packages, then you will get this Microsoft.activities.extension to get the all activities related to the dictionary. So just click here and install this particular package and just save it. Now, now if we search for the dictionary activity, so you can see here, now I'm getting the activities related to the dictionary. Add to dictionary, clear dictionary, get from dictionary key. So for whatever we required, I'll take that particular activity only, that add to dictionary activity. And before this, whenever you are using the dictionary, you need to assign it, or so you need to initialize it. So for that, I'll use this assign activity here. And in the assign activity, here I'll create one variable. Suppose I'll create it as dict, or whatever you want, you can create. So this is okay. I create with the my only. So here, if you want to initialize your dictionary, so here the function is you need to write new dictionary of, and here you write the variable type, means the variable, the key and values. Like I talked about, the dictionary is it's a collection of the key and values, where keys are like the word and the values is are like the definition of that particular key. So these key and values must be of some type of variable, means some type, they have some type. Like if I talk about the apple and its definition, so the both are of the string type. So here in the same manner, you need to provide the type of the variable. It may be a string, it may be a string and integer, it may be a string and object, it can be anything. So you need to write the type of the variable, whatever the type of the key and value. So here the key and values are of a string type, so I have written that here. So the function to initialize the dictionary is new dictionary of string comma string. After that, the variable, I'm getting error here, as you can see. So you need to change the variable type. So the variable type will be, go to the variable. Now you can see this. Now I added the dictionary winning. Now you change its variable type. So I search for browse. You search for this, and the type will be system collection. Directly search for the. So under system dot collection, so just come here and search for the. You can see here. This is system dot collection generic dictionary, and this is the key and value. So this is the type you need to select. So I'll select, and you can see here this is of system dot collection dot generic dictionary, and this is the key and value. Here again you need to select the type of your key and value. So the key, the type of key is string, and the value will be of also string type. You can see you are getting other options also based on the variable, means the type of your key and value. You can select that particular thing. So here now my dictionary get initialized. After that, what I want to do next, thing we need to do to add something key and some key and values. So for that, you can take the activity this, and this activity add to dictionary. I want to add some key and values to my dictionary. So just drag and drop it, then you will get a pop-up box, and in this pop-up box again it will ask you to select the type of your key and value you want to add in the dictionary. So in my case both are of string type, so I'll write it like this and connect it with the previous one. Now the key will be here, just write the key as, suppose I write the key as URL. Okay, and I'll write the value as suppose amazon.in. So this URL I provided. And one more thing, again I'm getting the error. Why I'm getting the error? So because it is asking like in which dictionary you want to add this particular data. So come to the properties of add to dictionary, and here just write I want to add in this dictionary which I created or initialized earlier. So in this dictionary I want to add this particular data. Okay, and after that I want to fetch these values by using the message box. So here just double click, and what I want to fetch, suppose here I'll write my from dictionary only. I want to fetch the value of this URL. Okay, so I want to fetch the value of this URL. Now let's debug this particular program. So here what we have done, firstly initialize our dictionary by using this function new dictionary of, then the type of the key and values, and after that I have taken this add to dictionary, and here I added the URL and its value, that is the key and value I provided, and I added this in the my dictionary, and then I want to fetch the data of URL by using this message box. So let's debug this particular activity. And now you can see here I search for the URL, and now I am getting the value with reference to this particular URL being added here. So this is how you can add the data in the dictionary. So now, as I was talking about our last example, like now I want to send the data by using this Excel sheet. Okay, I want to provide all the credential from this particular sheet. So for that, what we have to do, we will firstly use the, because as I want to send the data by from this particular Excel sheet. So what we need to do the first, like I'll add the sequence, I'll create the activity, but that will not work because the first activity as it has not worked. So this will also not going to work. So here firstly you need to add the read range activity. The read range activity, you might have already undergone through this, that what is the read range activity in Excel. So I'm not going to repeat it, I'm going to use it directly. So there are read range activity inside the workbook. Because why I'm using the workbook, because here it will provide you one more field where you can add the path of your Excel sheet, that where it is present, or Excel workbook where it is present. Okay, so here I'm going to add this read range activity. Okay, now I need to provide the path of my Excel sheet. So this Excel sheet which I was showing to you, this is present here in this book 1. So I'll search for this book 1 and just open it here. Now from which sheet you want to read the data, that you need to provide here. So my sheet name was master. So this was the my sheet name, and after that, as you can see, this is the name of my sheet, and after that you need to provide the range. So my range is from A1 to B5, so that range I provide here. A1 to B5, this is the range. And now what next we need to do, we have to store this data in some variable. So suppose I'll create the variable as mail something. Okay, so I created the variable with the name mail. Now after this, what we have to do, as I'm taking the data from this particular Excel sheet, and I want to surface the data row by row. So for which for this particular thing, we will use the for each row activity. So here I'll add for each row activity. So here we can find this for each row activity. I'll add after this, and from where I want to read the data, means row by row, which data I have means of this particular master sheet, which I stored in a variable mail. Now this will be this data will be available here. After this, inside the body part, come to the body part. Here I will add the data in my dictionary. So here I'll take this inside the body part. I'll add to dictionary. Again, it will ask me the type of the variable. So as you can see, both the data whatever present in the Excel sheet is it is in the form of the string. So here I select the key and values in the form of string only. Okay. Now firstly we initialize our dictionary. Initialize by creating a variable. Here I'll create a variable with the name. With the name config, I'll create the variable and I want to initialize my dictionary here. So I'll write this as new. Same thing, or you can go by the assign activity as we have done in our last example where we have learned about like how to use the dictionary or how to add the data in a dictionary. So here I'm going to directly initialize here new dictionary of, and again you need to provide the type of key and values. So string comma string, and again you will get error because you need to change the type of this dictionary because the dictionary will not be of the string type. So we need to again select its type. Now it is directly available to me because I recently used it in our last example. So now my dictionary get initialized. After that, come here and my dictionary will be this config. Okay, and I'll change the scope to whole sequence. Here dictionary will be this config dictionary. And data, the data you want to add here, you want where it has been stored, because we are fetching this data by using this for each row activity, and data is get stored in this row variable. Okay, so I'll take the data as a row, and here you need to provide because this is the key. So what is the key for me? Just come here and you can see the key is name, and here the value is I created with the name as value because the keys are to, from, subject, everything is the key here. So I'll write this here. I'll add inside the double quotes you have to enter the key name. So the name was name with the name only, and it needs to be converted into dot to string. So this is done, and the value will be a row, and just copy it from here. Value I'll provide as dot to string. Okay, so now this data means the data of this particular Excel sheet get added in this particular dictionary, and now I can use this data anywhere. So now come out of this body part of this for each row activity. Now here I'll add, firstly I'll add the get password activity to add my password. So this variable gets created, and after this I'll add the send smtp mail message activity. So Now the two part. So two I want to provide from where? From the Excel sheet. And my the data of Excel sheet, now I have added the data of Excel sheet in this particular dictionary. So I'll take the data from this particular dictionary config. No, because the name of my dictionary is config here. So I'll write this as the config. And now you need to provide the keys which you are going to use, means specific keys here you need to write, no, like to part and from part. So name is the key, so everything here written is a key, but which key you want to use, you have to write, take it from here. So as it is 2, so I'll write inside the double quotes, I'll write here this as 2 and dot to string dot to string. Now the subject part also I want to add from where? I want to add this subject part also from the dictionary only, or from the Excel, whatever provided. So this subject and dot to string. And again the body part also I'll take from the Excel sheet. This dot to string. Why I am getting error? Because I have not provided all the credential which are required, that is the port and the server. And what else I need to provide is the login credential. So login credential you can provide directly from either writing, or you can take it from the uh, Excel sheet in the same manner like you have written here config, then whatever key I have written, you can write in the same manner, or directly I am going to write, that is. So this is my email, and now I'm going to provide the password which I variable I created here, and that's it. So this is how you can create the activity, take the data from the Excel. So I want to try it once again whether if it starts working. Okay, so here the error I'm getting, as I have taken the activity from which is present inside the workbook. So this might have been covered, like if you are taking the activity from the workbook, so this particular Excel sheet, whatever you are going to use, must be closed. Okay. Yeah, one more thing I need to change here. I have written email ID of some other person. Now just leave it and close it. So same error I am getting. So this is how the process is this only. Just try it. So firstly, you need to create the you need to take the read range activity. So by using this read range activity, I have read the data from the Excel sheet, and then I have taken the for each row activity to fetch the data row by row inside the body part. I added the data which I fetched from the Excel sheet into this particular dictionary, and after that I have taken the credential from this particular dictionary only by using this config 2 dot string and all the credentials which are required. Okay, now suppose in the same this particular same Gmail activity, if you want to attach the files also, so what is the option available to you is you can directly just go to the attach file, and here you can provide the path of your attachment. So here, or means by writing it, the name from writing name here, your single file, you can send the single file, but if you want to send the multiple files, then you can go to the attachment collection. And how can you use here the attachment collection? You can use the, firstly you need to um, like here I'll add somewhere. So I use the, and by using the assign activity, I create some variable. Okay, so create something like file. So here, what you need to do here, you need to provide the directory dot get files. Okay, so from suppose here as an attachment part, if you want to send, then you can send the single file. You can write the link here, write the link of your file, and it will be sent as an attachment to the person whenever you execute this particular program. But here I'm talking about if you want to send whole folder, like suppose this is the folder I created, and this particular folder contain multiple files, and I want to send all files to this to the person. Then what you can do, you can go for the direct. So here you can take the assign activity and you can use the directory dot get files function. Okay, so the assign activity two part, and here you will use the function as directory dot get files this, and inside this you will provide the path of the folder. Okay, so now if you provide the path of the folder, so what you need to do is to send the whole files present in this particular folder to the person. You can go to the properties assign smtp activity, and here just write the this just pass this file variable, or if you are getting error, just write this as a file dot. Actually you are getting here error because I have not completed the path here, that is why. So by this way, just I'm telling you, by this way you can send the multiple files or the whole files present in your folder. Okay, now the next activity, next activity I'm going to tell you, like here in the last section I told you, here you can send the mails to the single person by creating the data from by creating this particular Excel sheet. Now suppose I created one file here, this file, you can see here I have written multiple mails, and I want this particular, whenever I send this mail, I want it to be like this, hi, and then name of the person and whatever message you have written. So here means like if I send mail to the suppose single person, that is Shalini only, so it will call like hi Shalini. Then the second person, hi Vishal, hi Niharika, whatever the name is the person of, so it will get replaced by this 0. And what this 0 is, that I'm going to tell you. This is, we use the, whenever we want to like use such type of activity where we replace this means we want to greet the person, or suppose you want to, the next activity we will take, like whenever we'll send the this your monthly salary slip to each person. So we create some somewhere we create store the data in the in such a manner, in this manner, and we will fetch the data from this particular file. And as the salary slip will belong to an individual person, so it should greet like this, that hi Shalini, this is the salary slip for the month of May or June, whatever the month is. In the same manner, for the next employee, whenever the same mail will be sent, means because robot will execute and the data will get automatically changed, means the next person, it should create like this, hi Vishal, hi Priyanka, hi Arman, so whatever the value is there. So for that we are having the string dot format method. So in the string dot format method, what we can do, we'll use here the string dot format method. So basically we use here, like if we create two types of the variable or different types of the, we are having different types of the variables, suppose string and integer, and we want to add these two variables, so we will get error that this is not possible. We cannot add two different types of the variables. So that is why we are having here the this string dot format method. So here we'll start with the one input dialog box. And here I'll ask the user here I'll write enter price. And here I'll write, please enter the price per packet. So simply I'm writing per packet. And whatever data will be provided by the user, it will be stored in some variable. I'll create like this packet. I think it is. So this is packet. And now I'll change the variable type. Now I'll change the variable type. Suppose the price entered by the user to like system dot double. values also. Okay. And here I'll ask user to enter quantity. I create here one variable with the quantity, and quantity must be in the integer, so I will get the variable type as integer here, and the result entered by the user will get in this quantity. After that I'll take one more or simply we'll take the one message box, and here I'll use string dot format method. String dot format. I need to simplify price of pen is. Now what I'll do, I'm not going to pass means directly, because because both the variables are different type. No, so what we can do, we can pass it by using the positions of the argument, because in case of the string dot format method, what will happen is string dot format method, here you need to pass this statements, and then you have to pass the arguments. So we use the argument in place of these zeros and one, whatever we write. So let me complete this and then I'll explain it again. This rupees and quantity is here inside the curly braces. Per packet. That's it. And now I pass the arguments. So the first thing what I have written, price of pen is, so price I'm taking by this variable, the packet variable. So pass it here. Now it has and this argument has a flag. This is why I'm passing this portion of the particular arguments. So here the style of this code. So that's it. So here price of pen 0 will take from this particular argument, 0 will represent this particular packet variable which I have written, and the 1 is to this particular variable. So it's completely depends on the position of the variable you put here as a argument. So now let's do this particular thing. Me to enter the price per packet. So suppose here I'll write this as 15.5 and the quantity. So quantity is 10. So now you can see the price of pen is this, and the quantity is 10 per packet. So here both the variables are of different type, even though I'm not getting any type of error, I'm getting directly the output. So if such type of situation happen, then we can use the string dot format method. So same thing we will use whenever we want to send the mails to through the automation, and we want it to greet the individual person with his or her name. So till this point, these two Excel sheets now. Here I have written the sub, but this 0 and 1 I pass this as the arguments. Okay, and this is the second sheet demo. So the demo sheet, I provided the email ID, name, and the count. Count here, if you want, you can, because two arguments I have passed, 0 and the 1. Okay, so that is why the 0 will be treated as this name, and this count will be treated as the first position. So I created two sheets, data in a dictionary. Then I added data in the dictionary. So my master sheet data has already is particular. Now after this, what I will use, I will use again read range. So read range activity, I'll add it this for each row activity. I'll ask particular a read range activity to read the data from the second Excel sheet. Okay, this is a read range activity. And again, I need to provide the path. So the same path I will provide because my second sheet is also available in the book one only. Here, now you need to provide the sheet name. So the sheet name is so this is the sheet name. Here I'll enter the name. So I need to provide range again. So this is from suppose A1 to C5. This is C5 and it should also get stored in some variable. So for that here I'll create the variable here I'll create the variable String dot
And Shalini ma'am, you are not audible.
dot format, and here what the data this particular body message firstly. This message has uh, has been stored in the dictionary. So firstly,
சங்கர் சார் உங்களுக்கு வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்கா?
நீங்க பேசுறது கிளியரா இருக்கு.
Okay, I think that ma'am, something drop in your voice, ma'am. There was a small drop in your voice, ma'am.
It was a wonderful session on how to generate mass emails using RPA tool. I thank you, Shalini ma'am, for teaching us how to work with the dictionaries and how to add data items into the dictionaries and how to attach multiple files in Gmail using RPA. Since there is a network issue from her side, she got disconnected. Thank you, ma'am, for your continuous effort in handling the session. Hoping to hear many more sessions from you in future. There is an announcement for the participants that session 15, that is inauguration, will start at 2:30 p.m. All are requested to join using session 15 link. It will be posted in WhatsApp. After inauguration, quiz link will be shared for the test. So all are requested to join at 2:30 p.m. For inauguration.